Logan Carter stood by the big window in his tall office building. He worked on the 35th floor, high above the city of Boston. Snowflakes were twirling in the cold February wind, and everything looked so pretty and magical. But today felt extra special to Logan. He smiled because he had the best news in the world. He was going to be a dad. Logan touched the little velvet box in his pocket. Inside was a shiny diamond necklace he had bought for his wife, Selena, to celebrate. His heart beat fast as he thought about it. Just a few hours ago, Selena had called him, her voice full of joy, to tell him about the positive pregnancy test. They had been married for 2 years, talking about having a baby for so long, and now it was really happening. Logan looked at his fancy watch. It was 2:45 p.m. He couldn't wait to go home and celebrate with Selena properly. But just then, his phone buzzed. It was Naomi, his old assistant. He frowned and ignored the call, just like he had for the past 3 weeks. Today wasn't about work or old problems. It was about Selena and their future. "Mr. Morrison," said Lydia, his current assistant, through the intercom, "the board meeting starts in 5 minutes." "Thank you," Logan replied. He straightened his tie and grabbed his papers, heading to the meeting. As Logan walked through the office, people smiled and nodded at him. Some even congratulated him. Good news spread fast at Morrison Enterprises, especially when it was about the CEO. The meeting felt so long. People talked about numbers and plans, but Logan's mind wandered. He thought about setting up the baby's nursery and making the house safe for a child. He imagined holding his baby, teaching them to walk and read, and showing them how to be brave. His phone buzzed again. Naomi, again. He silenced it. Whatever she wanted could wait. When Logan finally drove home, the sun had set. Their house in Brookline looked cozy and warm with the lights on. Through the kitchen window, he saw Selena moving around, probably cooking dinner. She looked so graceful and lovely that it made Logan smile. "I'm home," he called out as he walked in, taking off his coat. Selena came into the hallway wearing a soft cream sweater that looked perfect on her. Her curly hair framed her happy face. She smiled brightly when she saw him. "I was wondering when you'd get back," she said, walking over to hug him. Logan hugged her tightly and kissed her forehead. "The meeting ran late," he explained, "but I couldn't stop thinking about you and our little one." Selena touched her flat tummy, and Logan's heart felt like it might burst with joy. "I made a doctor's appointment for next week," Selena said. "Will you come with me?" "Try and stop me," Logan joked. He pulled out the little velvet box. "I got you something." Selena opened it, gasping when she saw the necklace. "Logan, it's so beautiful. You didn't have to do this." "I wanted to," Logan said, fastening it around her neck. "You're giving me the best gift ever. A baby. Let me spoil you a little." They ate dinner together, talking about the baby and their dreams. Selena worried about how she'd manage her job as a lawyer and being a mom, but Logan promised they'd figure it out together. "I was thinking about how we'll tell our families," Selena said, looking a little nervous. Logan paused. Family announcements were tricky. His parents had never fully accepted Selena because they didn't like that she was different from them. They pretended their concerns were about culture, but Logan knew the truth. Selena's family, on the other hand, loved him, even if her mom sometimes worried about them. "We'll tell them together," Logan said firmly. "And if anyone can't be happy for us, they don't deserve to be part of our lives." Selena smiled and held his hand. "I love you. I love you too," Logan said easily. That night, as Selena slept beside him, Logan couldn't fall asleep. He kept thinking about the future. He rested his hand on Selena's stomach and imagined the tiny life growing inside her. His phone lit up again on the nightstand. Another message from Naomi. It said, "You deserve to know the truth." Logan stared at the phone but decided to deal with it later. Tonight was about his family. The next morning, Logan left for work early. The city was quiet and covered in fresh snow. He left Selena a note promising to be home early for dinner. But as he sat in his office, his mind kept going back to Naomi's messages. Finally, he answered her call. "This better be quick," he said. "Good morning to you too," Naomi said, her voice smooth. "Congratulations on the baby news. Everyone's talking about it." "Naomi, what do you want?" "There's something you need to see. It's about Selena," she said. "Meet me at the Bristol Lounge in an hour." An hour later, Logan sat across from Naomi in a quiet restaurant. She handed him an envelope. Inside were photos of Selena with another man. The pictures showed them at hotels, sharing meals, and even kissing. Logan's heart sank. "These can't be real," he said. "They are," Naomi insisted. "I have more proof, credit card charges, text messages." Logan's world felt like it was falling apart. Could this really be true? Selena, the woman he loved so much, had lied to him? He grabbed the photos and left without saying much to Naomi. Back in his office, Logan couldn't stop thinking about everything. Was his perfect life just a lie? His phone buzzed with a text message. It was from Selena. "Missing you already. Don't forget dinner tonight. Love you." He stared at the screen until it went dark. The words "love you" felt like a mean joke now. His hands squeezed the envelope he held, crumpling the edges. Inside his office, Logan canceled all his meetings for the day. He spread out the photos from the envelope across his desk and looked at them closely, trying to figure out if they were fake. But the more he looked, the more real they seemed. In one photo, Selena was smiling at a man named Felix. It was her real smile, the one that made her eyes crinkle at the corners. Logan's phone buzzed again. This time it was a text from Naomi. "I know you're hurting, but you have friends who care about you. Don't go through this alone." Logan closed his eyes. He remembered Selena's happy face when she told him she was pregnant, how she touched her belly at dinner, and their plans for the future. Was it all a lie? Was Naomi right about the baby? The doubt in his mind grew stronger and stronger, making it hard to think clearly. By the time evening came, Logan had made up his mind. He texted Selena, "Emergency board meeting. Don't wait up." Then he texted Naomi, "I need a drink and answers." She replied quickly, "Beacon Hill Bar, 8 p.m. I'll tell you everything I know." Logan grabbed his things and looked at the family photo on his desk. It was of him and Selena on their wedding day, both smiling brightly. With a sudden motion, he slammed the frame face down. The perfect life he thought he had now felt like a cruel trick. Somewhere in Boston, his pregnant wife was at home, not knowing her world was about to fall apart too. The Beacon Hill Bar was busy, filled with the usual Thursday night crowd. Logan sat there, drinking glass after glass of whiskey. Naomi was sitting with him, talking. Her words were starting to blur together in his head, but every sentence hit him hard. "They've been meeting at least twice a week," Naomi said in a calm but serious voice. "Usually during her court appearances or late-night consultations." Logan stared at his drink. "How long have you known?" he asked. Naomi leaned closer. "I noticed something about 2 months ago. She'd suddenly cancel plans with you. She'd make secret phone calls. I was worried, so I hired a private investigator. Logan, you deserve to know." Logan's phone buzzed again. It was Selena. "Are you okay? You've been distant all day. Please come home so we can talk." The care in her message made his stomach churn. How many times had she sent messages like this while coming back from one of her meetings with Felix? "She's probably with him right now," Naomi said softly, watching Logan read the message. "Using your late nights as an excuse." Something inside Logan snapped. He stood up so fast that his chair scraped against the floor. "I need to end this tonight." "Logan, wait." Naomi grabbed his arm. "You're in no condition to drive." But Logan ignored her. The cold air outside hit him like a slap, but it didn't clear his head. The drive home was a blur of anger and pain. His mind kept replaying the things Naomi had shown him. When he pulled into the driveway, he sat in the car, staring at their house. Through the window, he saw Selena pacing in the living room, her phone pressed to her ear. He opened the front door, the sound echoing through the quiet house. Selena appeared in the hallway. relief on her face. Logan, thank God. I've been so worried. Who were you just talking to? Logan's voice was cold and sharp. Selena's relief turned to confusion. What? I was trying to reach you. You haven't answered any of my calls or messages for hours. Logan pulled the envelope from his coat and threw it onto the table. Photos spilled out, scattering across the polished surface. Don't stand there and lie to my face. Selena stepped forward, picking up one of the photos. Her face showed shock, recognition, then horror. Logan, what is this? Where did you get these? Does it matter? Logan moved closer, the smell of whiskey strong on him. How long, Selena? How long have you been with Felix Chen? The color drained from Selena's face. Felix? My co-counsel on the Rivera case? She picked up another photo, her hands shaking. These are from case meetings, strategy sessions for the lawsuit. I told you about them. Logan laughed bitterly. Strategy sessions? In hotel rooms? The Ritz-Carlton is where the client's legal team prefers to meet, Selena said. Stop lying. Logan's fist slammed against the wall, making Selena flinch. I know there was no court hearing on the 15th. I know about the hotel charges, the secret meetings. I know everything. Selena's shock turned to anger. You had me followed? You spied on me? I didn't have to, Logan said. Someone who actually cares about me showed me the truth. Understanding dawned on Selena's face. Naomi. This is Naomi's doing, isn't it? Logan, think. Think about who she is and what she wants. These photos are taken out of context. The context seems clear to me, Logan said, picking up a photo of Selena and Felix hugging. Is the baby even mine? Selena recoiled, one hand going protectively to her stomach. How dare you? She whispered, tears streaming down her cheeks. How dare you question that after everything we've been through? Logan shouted back. Was any of it real, or was I just your ticket to partner at the firm? Selena's tears stopped. Her face turned cold and furious. So that's what this is really about, she said quietly. All these years that thought was just sitting there, waiting to come out. Isn't it? Don't turn this around on me, Logan said. You're the one who what, Logan? Selena's voice was sharp. The one who worked twice as hard to be taken seriously? The one who defended you when my family questioned if you could understand what it means to build a life across racial lines? The one carrying your child? She picked up the photos, her hands trembling. These meetings were for the Thompson case, Felix's lead counsel. I told you all of this, but you never listened. Logan's mind reeled as Selena walked past him to the stairs. Where are you going? He asked. To pack, Selena said. I'm not staying here tonight. She paused on the stairs. Logan, when you sober up and are ready to talk, call my lawyer. I won't be taking your calls anymore. Selena, wait, Logan said, but she kept walking. 20 minutes later, she came down with a small suitcase. Logan was sitting on the bottom step, his head in his hands. The funny thing is, Selena said, her voice steady despite her tears, I thought if our marriage ended, it would be for something real. Not because you believed the worst about me. The front door clicked shut behind her. Logan sat in silence, surrounded by photos and shattered trust. His phone buzzed. It was Naomi, asking if he was okay, but all he could hear was the echo of Selena leaving. Selena opened the Boston Globe and saw something shocking. There it was, big and bold. Power couple expecting. The paper announced that Selena and her husband, Logan Carter, the CEO of Morrison Enterprises, were having a baby. They were supposed to share this news together next week, but someone leaked it early. Selena had a good idea who it was. Her office phone rang. Mrs. Morrison, there's a delivery for you. It's Miss Julian's, Selena corrected, her voice tight. Send it in. A huge bouquet of white roses arrived. The card said, I'm sorry for last night. Please come home, we can fix this. Logan. Selena stared at the flowers until her eyes filled with tears. 2 days ago, she was happily planning a nursery. Now, she was trying to figure out how to raise a baby alone, handle a high-profile legal case, and deal with all the gossip. She touched her stomach, feeling the tiny bump no one else could see. "It's just you and me now, little one," she whispered. "We're going to be okay. We have to be." A knock on her door made Selena quickly wipe her eyes. "Come in." It was Sandra, one of the big bosses at her law firm. "Selena, do you have a moment? The managing committee wants to talk to you about the Thompson case and other matters." Selena straightened her jacket. She knew what was coming. Questions about her personal life, people worrying about her staying on the case, maybe even hints that she should quit. But Selena wasn't a quitter. Her mother, Regina, had raised 3 kids alone while building her own business. Her grandparents had marched for civil rights in Selma. Selena wasn't going to let a broken marriage or office gossip stop her. "Of course," she said, her voice calm. "Lead the way." As she followed Sandra, her phone buzzed. The message was from someone named Naomi. "I hope you understand it was never personal. I just thought Logan deserved to know the truth." Selena blocked the number. She had more important things to focus on. Meanwhile, Logan Carter stood in his office bathroom, staring at himself in the mirror. He barely recognized the man looking back. Tired eyes, messy suit, and stubble on his face. The Boston Globe was crumpled in the trash, its announcement of his fatherhood now feeling like a cruel joke. "Mr. Morrison," his assistant Lydia said over the intercom, "the legal team is here for the quarterly review." "Cancel it," Logan snapped. "But sir, this meeting is very important." "I said cancel it." Logan leaned on the sink, breathing heavily. His phone buzzed. Another message from Naomi, "Just checking on you. Want to grab lunch?" He ignored it and looked through old photos of him and Selena, her laughing at their anniversary dinner, both of them smiling at a Christmas party, quiet mornings in the kitchen. She had always looked so happy, so full of love. A knock on the door broke his thoughts. "I said no interruptions." This time it was his father, Edward Carter. "Your mother's worried. We saw the announcement in the paper. What's going on?" Logan laughed bitterly. "Now you care about Selena? That's new." "Watch your tone," Edward warned. "Whatever is happening, handle it quietly. The company can't afford a scandal." "The company?" Logan shouted. "Marriage is falling apart, and all you care about is the company?" "Keep your voice down," Edward snapped. "Yes, the company. The Morrison name means something, and with the Thompson case in the news." Logan froze. "What do you know about the Thompson case?" "Everyone knows about it," Edward said, his lips curling. "Your wife's firm is leading the case. I'm not surprised, given her background." "Her background?" Logan's voice was icy. "You mean the fact that she graduated top of her class at Harvard or made partner faster than anyone else?" "You know what I mean," Edward said dismissively. "These people always have an agenda." Logan felt like he'd been slapped. "Get out," he said, trembling with anger. Edward blinked. "Excuse me?" "I said, get out. Don't come back until you can show my wife some respect." After his father left, Logan sat at his desk, overwhelmed. He looked again at the photos Naomi had shown him, this time more carefully. The meetings between Selena and Felix Chen were always in public, always with work papers between them. Even the hug in the parking garage looked professional. His computer chimed. It was an email about the Thompson case. It mentioned Selena as the lead lawyer and that she had already changed her name back to Selena Julians. She was erasing him from her life. His phone buzzed again. "Naomi." "Lunch? We can talk about your next steps." Logan ignored it and searched through old news articles about the case. The partnership between Selena and Felix had always been professional and public. Nothing secret, nothing romantic. Logan's stomach sank as he remembered Naomi's timing, how she showed him the photos right after Selena announced her pregnancy, how she had played on his insecurities. A knock on the door interrupted him. It was Lydia. "Sir, there's something you need to see." She showed him security footage of the parking garage. It was from months ago. Naomi slashing Selena's tires, spilling coffee near her, watching her from shadows. Logan's phone buzzed one last time. Naomi again. He blocked her number, finally realizing the truth. Naomi sat in her car watching Selena through the window of her office. Her plan wasn't working. Logan was ignoring her calls. She sent an email to Selena's bosses, filled with fake evidence to ruin Selena's career. But Selena's assistant interrupted her. Lydia is here. She says it's urgent. Lydia showed Selena the security footage. Naomi did all of this, and she's trying to sabotage your big case. Just then, Felix rushed in. Selena, the bosses want to see us. Someone sent them an email about us and the case. Selena's world spun. Everything she'd worked for was at risk. Her phone buzzed. It was a message from a number she didn't know. When she read the preview, her heart sank. The message said, "Back off, or the next email goes to the Bar Association. How many rules can a lawyer break before losing their license?" Lydia, her friend and coworker, ran into her office. "Selena," she said quickly, "I just found out something bad. Naomi has been sneaking into client files on the computer. She knows where the Harper families live, their money details, and more." Selena's face turned pale. This wasn't just about her job anymore. Naomi could hurt hundreds of families who trusted Selena. Her phone buzzed again. This time, it was Logan. His message said, "Selena, it's me. Naomi is dangerous. Let me help you before someone gets hurt." Selena looked at the security camera footage on her tablet. It showed Naomi sneaking around. Then she looked at Felix, her co-worker, who was worried. She had spent years fighting for what was right and fair. She wasn't about to let Naomi destroy everything. "Lydia," she said firmly, "I need all the proof we have against Naomi. Felix, tell the partners I'll be in the meeting in 10 minutes. It's time to show everyone what Naomi Brooks has been doing." After they left, Selena placed her hand on her stomach. She wasn't just fighting for her job, she was fighting for the families who needed her and for her baby's future. Her phone buzzed one more time. Another message from Naomi. It said, "Last chance, quit the case or watch your whole world fall apart." Selena deleted the message. Naomi's threats wouldn't stop her. Selena had fought harder battles in her life. She'd survived this too. But she needed to decide, should she trust Logan to help her? The big meeting room at Rivera and Associates felt like a courtroom. Selena and Felix sat on one side of a long table. The 5 managing partners sat on the other. Julian Alvarez, the most senior partner, looked serious as he stared at the papers in front of him. "These are serious accusations," Rivera said slowly. "If they're true, the Thompson case could be ruined." Selena spoke firmly. "The pictures are fake and the emails are made up. We can prove it." Rivera raised an eyebrow. "Can you? Right now, all I see is a scandal that could damage this firm. Maybe you should step away from the case." Suddenly, the door opened. Logan walked in with Lydia, who was holding a laptop. "Logan Carter?" Rivera said, surprised. "This is a private meeting." Logan stood tall. "This is about my wife and the false claims against her. These lies were created by Naomi Brooks, my old assistant. She's been harassing Selena and stealing information." Lydia set up the laptop and pressed play. For the next half hour, they showed proof. Security cameras caught Naomi following Selena. Computer records showed she had faked emails and pictures. Phone records revealed her threats. Logan added, "She also stole private information about the Harper families. She's using it to blackmail Selena into quitting the case." The partners looked stunned. One of them asked, "Why would she do this?" Selena spoke up, her voice steady but angry. "Because she wanted my life, my job, my husband, my future. When she couldn't have it, she decided to destroy it." Rivera frowned. "We'll need time to check all of this." "In the meantime," Selena interrupted, standing up, "nothing changes. I have work to do. Hundreds of families need me, and I won't let one person's anger stop me." Logan followed Selena into the hallway. "Selena, wait!" She kept walking. "I didn't ask for your help." "I know, but Naomi is dangerous. What she's doing isn't just about us anymore," Logan said. Selena stopped and faced him. "Us? There is no us, Logan. You believed her lies without even asking me for the truth." I made a mistake, he said, his voice full of regret. But right now, we need to stop Naomi before she hurts anyone else. Before Selena could respond, her phone buzzed. She read the message, and her face turned pale. "What's wrong?" Logan asked. She showed him the screen. The message said, "Your mom must be so proud, the pregnant lawyer fighting for justice. It would be a shame if something happened to her high-risk pregnancy." Logan's face hardened. "That's it. I'm calling the police." "No," Selena said firmly, placing her hand on her stomach. "Not yet. If we rush, she could hurt the families whose information she has. We need a plan." "What's the plan?" Logan asked. Selena's eyes narrowed. "We play her game, but we make the rules now." "She thinks she's smart, but she's not ready for what we're about to do," Logan nodded. "What do you need me to do?" Selena took a deep breath. "First, we need to secure the Thompson case files. Then, you need to make her think she's still in control. When people feel powerful, they make mistakes." "You want me to get close to her?" Logan asked. "Yes," Selena said, "and make her feel confident. But let me be clear. If you go behind my back again, we're done." That evening, Logan met Naomi at a fancy restaurant. She smiled when she saw him. "I heard about the meeting today. It must have been hard seeing her like that." Logan nodded, pretending to be upset. "It was. She needs to understand what she's lost." Naomi leaned closer, her eyes sparkling. "She hurt you, Logan. She deserves to lose everything." Logan's phone buzzed. It was Lydia. "Naomi has been hiding files on a secret server. We're cracking it now." Logan silenced his phone and acted like nothing happened. He kept Naomi talking. She showed him fake emails and stolen records, bragging about her plan to ruin Selena. Logan secretly recorded everything. Logan was usually very calm, but now his hands were shaking as he texted his friend Lydia. "What did you find?" he asked. Lydia's answer made his heart drop. "It's not just the Thompson case. Naomi has files on tons of civil rights cases. She's been collecting secret information for years." Logan stepped out of the elevator into a nearly empty parking garage. This wasn't just about him or Selena anymore. Naomi had secrets that could ruin many people's lives. Suddenly, his phone buzzed with a message from Naomi. "Sweet dreams, Logan. Tomorrow will be one step closer to everything we deserve." Her words were scary. Naomi wasn't just playing games. She was ready to start a war. As Logan drove home, his mind raced. He thought about Selena, who was probably still working late, and about their unborn baby, who was already in danger because of Naomi. He thought about the families counting on the Thompson case to win. His phone rang. It was Selena. "Did you get what we need?" she asked. "Yes," Logan said, his voice serious, "but it's worse than we thought. Much worse." "How bad?" Selena asked. "Come to my office tomorrow morning. Bring Felix and the other senior lawyers. They need to see this." Logan hung up and kept driving, thinking about how Naomi had fooled him before with her lies, but he wouldn't let her win again. The next morning, Selena arrived at Morrison Enterprises. The lobby was quiet, and the security guard swiped her old access card. She hadn't used it since the day she left. Felix, Julian, and two other senior lawyers were already there, looking grumpy. "This better be important," Julian said as they rode the elevator up. Logan's office was set up like a battle station. Screens showed files, videos, and lots of secret information Lydia had uncovered. Logan stood by the window, looking tired. "Show them," he said to Lydia. For an hour, Lydia explained everything. Naomi wasn't just targeting the Thompson case. She had been collecting personal information about families, bank accounts, and even medical records. She was trying to ruin cases that help people fight for their rights. "She's not working alone," Selena said, her face pale. "No," Logan agreed. "Someone is paying her to do this. The Thompson case is just part of a bigger plan." "Why target me?" Selena asked. "Why make it so personal?" "Because you were vulnerable," Julian said. "You're in a high-profile marriage, you're having a baby, and your husband has access to important company secrets. You were the perfect target." Lydia added, "Naomi is planning to release all the information. It would ruin cases for years, and families would lose everything. Selena felt sick. How many families will lose their homes or their savings? She whispered. Logan watched her, seeing how much she cared. We can stop her, he said. How? Felix asked. She has dirt on everyone in this room. Not everything, Lydia said. We cracked her codes. We can trace her emails and find out who she's working with. Lydia showed them the evidence, names, payments, and proof that powerful people were helping Naomi. We need to be careful, Julian warned. These people are dangerous. They're already hurting us, Selena said firmly. We have to fight back. Just then, Selena's phone buzzed. It was a message from Naomi. Tick-tock. Time is running out to save your career and your baby. Logan saw the message and clenched his fists. She's panicking, he said. She's dangerous, Felix warned. Selena suddenly swayed. Logan reached out to steady her, but she waved him off. I'm fine, she said, though her face was pale. But Naomi has information about children. She's threatening families. We won't let her, Logan promised. Selena's phone rang. It was the Bar Association. They had received fake emails about her. Selena stayed calm. Check where the email came from, she told them. It's from a server under investigation for hacking. The person on the phone hesitated. We'll need proof. You'll have it in an hour, Selena promised. After the call, everyone got to work. Felix and Julian contacted other lawyers. Lydia traced Naomi's emails. Selena prepared to face Naomi. Logan pulled Selena aside. You don't have to do this alone, he said. I'm not, Selena replied. I'm doing it for the families who need us. Naomi was in her fancy apartment when Logan called her. Can we meet? He asked. She smiled. This was her chance to win. Of course, she said. When Naomi arrived at Logan's office, he handed her folders full of proof of her crimes. You're finished, Logan said. Naomi tried to deny it, but Selena walked in with FBI agents. Naomi's face went pale as they arrested her. Before she was taken away, Naomi whispered to Logan, I did love you, how you know. No, Logan said. You loved power. There's a difference. 2 weeks later, Selena was at the doctor's office for an ultrasound. She heard her baby's heartbeat, strong and steady. Logan rushed in, a little late but ready to support her. Would you like to know the baby's gender? The doctor asked. Selena looked at Logan. He nodded a little. Yes, she said, we would. Congratulations. You're having a daughter. A daughter. Selena's hand held tightly onto the edge of the examination table. A little girl. She would grow up in a world where people like Naomi still existed, where fairness was something you had to fight for, and where the color of your skin still made life harder. I'll give you two a moment, Dr. Sterling said softly, walking out of the room. Logan spoke first. A daughter. Yeah. Selena wiped the cold gel off her stomach and pulled her blouse down. I'm scared, terrified. Logan gave a small smile, but hopeful too. After everything, seeing her and knowing she's healthy makes it feel real. Selena nodded. Yes, real. The stakes, the responsibility, the future. They sat quietly, looking at the still image of their baby on the screen. Her tiny profile was clear. One little hand was raised like she was waving, and her spine curved like a question mark. The big case goes to trial next month, Selena finally said. The evidence we found on Naomi's servers is bigger than we thought. More companies were involved. More families were hurt. I know, Logan replied. My company's legal team is helping with the investigation. The things we've uncovered... I was blind to so much, Selena, not just about Naomi. You saw what you wanted to see, Selena said, her voice tired, not angry. What was comfortable? What didn't make you question your world? Logan met her eyes. I never told you what my father said the day he came to my office. Let me guess, Selena said. These people always have an agenda. Logan flinched. How did you know? Because I've heard it before, Logan. From clients, lawyers, and society in general, the idea that every success I have, every relationship I've built, even having a child, must have some secret plan behind it. Selena stood up slowly, gathering her things. That's what hurt the most. Not the lies about Felix, not even the threats to my career. It was how quickly you believed them, how easily you fell back on those old ideas. I'm sorry, Logan said. The words felt small, but he kept going. I'm not just sorry for believing Naomi's lies. I'm sorry for not seeing the bigger picture, for not understanding what you face every single day. Understanding isn't enough, Selena said, touching her stomach gently. Our daughter will need more than understanding. She'll need parents who fight for fairness, not just accept when it's missing. Then teach me, Logan said, taking a step closer. Help me see what I've been blind to. Not for us. I know that bridge might be gone forever, but for her. Selena looked at him for a long time. The investigation is getting bigger. More companies will be named. Your father's might be one of them. I know, Logan said. And I'm ready for that fight. Are you ready to do what's right? Selena asked. Logan's voice was strong. Yes, no matter what it costs, Selena nodded slowly. There's a meeting tomorrow with the Harper families. Parents will be sharing their stories about the trial. Come, listen. Learn what this case really means to them. Are you sure they'll want me there? Logan asked. After everything, they need to see that change is possible, that people can learn, can grow, can choose fairness over comfort, Selena said, picking up her purse, even if those people can't fix everything they've broken. Logan understood. Their marriage might be over, but their responsibility to their daughter and to fairness was just beginning. What time? Logan asked. 7 p.m. My mom's church in Roxbury, Selena said, pausing at the door. And Logan, come ready to listen. Really listen. After she left, Logan stayed in the room, looking at their daughter's image on the screen. She would be born into a world of people like Naomi Brooks and Edward Carter, full of unfair systems and big problems. But she would also be born to a mom who fought those systems and made the world better. His phone buzzed with a news alert about another civil rights lawsuit using evidence from Naomi's servers. The fight was spreading, just like the tiny life on the screen. Logan touched the screen softly. I'll do better, he promised. For you, for fairness, for everyone your mom fights for. The next day, outside the courthouse, reporters filled the steps, waiting for the verdict in the Thompson case. 6 months had passed since Naomi's arrest. Boston's legal world had changed. 3 big companies had been caught, many families had been helped, and lives were changed. Selena stood at the podium, her belly big with their baby. She spoke with the calm confidence everyone knew her for. Today's verdict sends a clear message, she said. Fairness cannot be bought, truth cannot be hidden, and families fighting for their rights cannot be silenced. From the back of the crowd, Logan watched. He felt both proud and sad. Over the past months, he had learned so much about himself, fairness, and what it really meant to do the right thing. He had gone to every meeting with the Harper families, listened to their stories of struggle and strength, and faced hard truths about his own blind spots. His father's company had been involved in the bad things Naomi's group did. Now, Edward Carter was facing charges. Logan had even testified against his own father. The newspapers called it a brave act of honesty. But Logan knew the truth. He had done it because it was the right thing to do, even though it was hard. Thank you, one of the Thompson parents said, stopping Logan after the press conference, for helping us, for standing with us. I didn't do anything special, Logan said. You chose to see us, the parent replied. That's rarer than you think. Later, Selena walked up to him. The judge wants to speak to the legal team, she said to one of her colleagues. Then, turning to Logan, she added, We did it. Their homes are safe. Logan nodded. You did it, he said. Selena placed a hand on her belly. I've been thinking about names for the baby, she said suddenly. Oh? Logan asked. Justice, Selena said, as her middle name, to remind us of what we've fought for. Justice Morrison? Logan asked, testing the sound of it. Just Julian's, Selena corrected gently. Some bridges stay burned, but new ones can be built. Logan understood. Their daughter would carry her mother's name, but know both of their stories. She would learn from their mistakes and grow stronger because of them. As Logan left the courthouse, his phone buzzed with a reminder about the family meeting that night. It was another step in this new journey of parenting together, even if they weren't together as a couple. The world their daughter would be born into wasn't perfect, but it was a little better because of the choices they'd made. Choices to fight for fairness, truth, and change. That had to be enough. Thank you for watching. If you like this story and want to see more, please subscribe to our channel. That way you won't miss any new videos. Give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and share what you think in the comments. We love hearing your thoughts. Also, don't forget to check out the other videos on our channel. We'll see you in the next story.